Good morning, students. So here we go with the problem number 43. So what it says here, a hexagonal lamina of 25 mm rests on one of its sides on VP. Okay, the lamina makes a 45 degree to the VP, and the side on which it rests makes 45 degree to the HP. So draw its projection. Okay, a very simple problem. Okay, so with 43. Okay, so which says it is rests on VP. Okay, so we can write it as VP and HP. Okay, and it is resting on one of its edge. Okay, one of its edge. So rests on one of its sides or edge is the same. Okay, so next the surface makes an angle. Okay, so of 60 degree with the VP. Okay, and the edge on which it rests makes an angle of 45 degree to the HP. Okay, so rests on a edge or a side, okay, which is of 25 mm side, right? So surface makes an angle of 60 degree and the resting edge makes an angle of 40 degree. So this is what exactly we need in order to solve this problem. Okay, so that is what is very important when it comes to the engineering graphics. Okay, so you need to read the problem, okay, one or two times until you get those ideas. So whenever he says, okay, it is rests on VP. Okay, so once we come to know like it is resting on VP, so we can write the next as VP and HP. So similarly, so if it is resting on HP, okay, so we can easily write it is HP and VP. Okay, then we need to say like on what it is resting. Okay, what is inclined to the HP and what is inclined to the VP. So similarly, we have done this one. So to start with that one, so first thing is we need to know the line convention. Okay, that is a thick and thin conventions. Okay, so once it is done, so you just look, okay, so on what it is resting and how much space is needed in order to construct the lamina. Okay, for that one, the first thing is the intersection line which divides the HP and VP. So that is what we have seen. It is a XY line. It's a very thin. Okay, so we can write capital XY at the ends and we can write so VP and HP. So this portion is corresponding to the vertical plane and this portion corresponding to the horizontal plane, RLs. So this is the portion on which our front view is going to appear, so which we are going to say the alphabets with the suffix, okay, dash. Okay, and this is the region, so where the top view is going to appear and we are going to say that one with the simple alphabet. Okay, so once now it is resting on VP, so VP is here. Okay, the first position will come here, or else we can say the actual position of the lamina is visible in this region. Okay, so now they have given it is resting on a side. So what we'll do now, so to construct the hexagon, so we are going to use a circle method. Okay, so the 25 mm side they have given, so we'll take a 25 mm, okay, as a radius. Okay, and we are going to drop a circle here in this region, Okay, so here we are going to take a circle equal to the radius of the radius equal to the side length, that is a 25 mm. So once it is done, either you can draw one horizontal or a vertical diameter, say for example we are going to draw up two diagonals, a simple diagonal. So now when it is resting on a side, so better to have the only one vertical diameter. Okay, so once this one is done, so keep the same distance. Okay, so cut the arc, that is 25 mm on both the sides from that end. Okay, so once we draw the vertical diameter, so this one, so you can take a same length, that is 25 mm, and cut from both the ends like this. Okay, So if it is a corner condition, so take the arc from the horizontal diameter, okay, from here. So if it is a corner condition, so now it is a edge condition, so we have taken it from the vertical diameter. So once this one is done, okay, so join these ends with a dark line because that is our lamina. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is how exactly we're going to get a hexagon, okay, which is resting on a side. So we can write this one, so A, so B, C, D, E and F, okay. To have the dimension, okay, so you can take a line here, just drop okay, so draw the arrow mark with the closed one which touches the line and write it 25 like this. Okay, so this is how exactly we are going to get a hexagon. Okay, so a circle of radius equal to the side length. Okay, then if it is resting on an edge, then vertical diameter, and from the end you go on cutting the 25 mm, then drop it. So if it is a corner condition, horizontal diameter, and from end you go on cutting the line. So now when you see from here, okay, from the top, so it looks like a line, it looks like a line. So what you can do, so project it downward, all the lines. Okay, so this is how exactly it is visible in the top view. Yes, so we forgot to give the a suffix here. Okay, it's a dash. So now when I see here this point, okay, this point is B. Okay, so on the same line we have a so which is not visible, so we'll write B in the bracket A, and this is C, so F is at the down, so we'll write F in the bracket, and this is D, and we'll write E in the bracket. Okay, so when we see from here, these are the three corners which are nearby, and these are the three corners which are away from us. So the one which is away we will write in the bracket, and the one which is nearer we will write in the outside the bracket. Okay, so this is the first condition. Okay, so where it says rests on VP, one of its sides. Side is nothing but it's a AB, that is a left side one. Okay, so now the surface of the lamina makes an angle of 60 degree. Okay, so the inclination with the VP will be visible in the top, is visible in the top view. So what you can do now here is okay, so we can take a just a point, okay, somewhere here, and a 60 degree. Okay, so we'll take a 60 degree here. Okay, so now anyhow this line is nothing but the diameter, okay, from here to here. So now you can just drop a line, a very thin line, okay, and you can write the angle here, it is a 60 degree. Okay, so when this one is done, so this point is nothing but a B in the bracket A. So in order to locate these 2 points, so what you can do, you take the length, okay, so this length, okay, from B to A and D to E, first you take up the final one, so we can write this one is D in the bracket E, and we need the midpoint of this one, so we'll write taking from here. Okay, so we'll write this is C in the bracket F, and now we need to darken only this length. Okay, so from here to here, so this is how exactly it should be visible. So if you want, you can erase this one too. Okay, if not, so this much should be thin, and till this arc it should be dark. Okay, till this arc. Okay, so now once this one is done, okay, so what we have seen while taking the projection, so we have something called a leftmost point, that is a dead end. Okay, first you take that line, okay, a thin line and topmost point. Okay, you just see here, okay, so this is D and E, so this is C, so nowhere it is concerned with that one. So what we'll do till this point, so we'll extend these vertical line, so this is any of B and A, so B and A will be somewhere here, so we'll drop all these 3 vertical lines. Okay, so once this one is done, now you can see, so this is point C, now where is point C? Point C is here, so we can write this is our C dash, and on that one F is there, so F is here, so we'll finish up that one, taking one horizontal line, so this is our F dash. Okay, so this is our B and A. So we'll take a horizontal line from B, so we'll write this is our B dash, and horizontal line from A, and we'll write this one A dash. Okay, so now on the same line, so we have a D and E, so D, B are on the same line, you just extend this, we'll write this is our D dash, and we'll extend this and we'll write this is our C dash. So now you can see A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash and F dash. Okay, so careful, whenever you are taking any projection, don't draw all the lines till here. Okay, so wherever it is possible you just stop, and now you complete this one by joining all these 6 lines. Okay, so now once this one is done, so in the third position, so what we are going to do, the resting edge, that is the AB, will be inclined to the 45 degree to the HP. So inclination with the HP is visible in the front view. So what we'll do now, so when it comes to the grid line, okay, so we'll take any one point here. So 45 degree drawing with the grid line is a simple. Okay, you can draw up the diagonal from this point. Okay, so that is nothing but a 45 degree line. Okay, so you can say this is our 45 degree. Okay, so be careful while writing the angle, it should be aligned to the curve like this. Okay, so now this AB is 25, already we know that one. Okay, so what we can do directly on this 45 degree line, so we'll mark 25 with the dark line here. Okay, so we'll say, so this is our A dash, this is our B dash. Okay, so now there are many ways by which you can reproduce this hexagon here. Okay, so I will show 2 ways. Okay, so one is you can drop a 2 perpendicular line. Okay, you can see here, so this is a perpendicular line, this is a perpendicular line to point A and B. Okay, so what we can do here is so you can take a 90 degree from each point, just draw thin lines. Okay, so now we have a 2 perpendicular lines, these 2 lines, and now you can take this line. Okay, so from point E to the A and D to the B will remain same, so you can just cut here. Okay, so if you join this one, so you are going to get on B it is D dash, on A it is E dash. Okay, a very simple way, so where you can do this one. Okay, so next thing is locating F and C. So if you check these things, okay, so all these length will remain same. Okay, you can just check it out here. Okay, so all the length will remain same. Okay, so you can cut the arc from each point. You can cut the arc from each point. So you will get the intersection point like this. So now it is A, B. So this is C dash, D dash, E dash, and this is a F dash. Okay, so easily we can connect this one. Okay, so this is the simplest one. Okay, so where you can drop a two perpendicular line and take these lengths and cut it on those perpendicular line. Then from each point you take these reference and cut it. So you will get the hexagon. Okay, so if not, what you can do, so once you locate A and B, okay, so you can take, okay, without taking the angle, so you can take this one, cut arc, and again you take a diagonal length, okay, from A to D, this diagonal, and you cut it here. So you will get the same point. You can check it out. Okay, so like that also you can do with the arc method. So once this one is done, so in order to complete the third position, so what we'll do, we'll take first bottommost line and rightmost line. Okay, so once this one is done, first drop all the horizontal lines, whichever the lines are minimum. Say here 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 are a very simple one, so you can drop. So here we have 6 points. Okay, so this is point B. So where is point B? Point B is on the XY line, so we'll write this is a B. Okay, so where is A? So A is on the XY line, so we'll drop till here and we'll write this is a A. So we got AB. So next we'll go with the C. Okay, so C point is at the mid one, so we'll write here C. Okay, so where is D? So D is, so it is almost on the point A only. Okay, so we'll write this is D. So where is E? So E is here and F is here. So there is a small variation. So like this. So now once you're going to connect, so E to the F, F to the A, okay, so C to the D and C to the B and A to the B and E to the D. Okay, so this is how exactly the hexagon will be visible in the final position. So you can see the resting edge is AB. Okay, it is here resting. Okay, so this is how exactly we can solve the hexagon problems. Okay, so using different methods. Okay, so thank you.